What's going on, guys? It's KY, not Kai the Creative, and today we're going to be talking about one piece of gear that has changed my footage for the better, and that is a Tiffen Black Pro Mist. Now, the Tiffen Black Pro Mist is something called a diffusion filter or a softening filter, and you've probably seen a bunch of these all over social media, all over YouTube, and you've also heard a lot of filmmakers talking about these types of filters. Now, if you are new to the diffusion filter or this style of filter that goes on your lens, basically what it does is it helps soften up some of the harsh edges that you're gonna get in modern day photography lenses. Now, if you're a lot like me, you're a solo operator, you're probably using photography lenses to also shoot video as well. I own a couple of the Sony G Master lenses as well as some of the Sigma Art lenses, and they're amazing for photography, but they also have a certain sharpness to them that might be a little bit off-putting in some of my videos. You know, what happens with high-resolution cameras paired with some of these really sharp and clinically clean lenses is that sometimes you'll be able to see details that you don't necessarily want to see in your images, especially when you're shooting with people. You might get such a tack-sharp image that you'll start to see pores and other imperfections in people's skin that might not necessarily do the best for your final edit and your final images, especially when you're delivering to clients. I've been using this filter for a fairly long time, and instead of me just talking about the lenses and its features, I think it's time that I show you guys exactly what the thing is capable of.
You can beat me, man, you dreaming. You ain't even if your name is Steven. You can stay down, cause I'm leaving. In the spaceship coupe with the windows down. Looking down through the clouds saying, man, I'm lit. You can get here, but you gotta work for it. Even when you lose, dog, you gotta kill that shit. Until the whole damn world feel that shit. Yeah, I'm bad, how bad? Yeah, I'm good, how good? Yeah, I'm strong, so strong. Something you wish you was. I'm back now, I'm back, don't back down.
Now, a secondary effect of something like a Tiffen Black Pro Mist is it also has this effect called halation. Now, what that means is that you get a nice bloom around certain highlights, especially when you're around strong sources of light, such as tube lights, which I put back here in order to show you guys the difference between what it looks like with the filter on and what it looks like with the filter off. Now, what you're gonna notice in the side-by-side test is without the Tiffen Black Pro Mist, you're gonna notice there's a little bit of a sharpness to it. A lot of things look a little bit harsher, the edges of light look a little bit harsher. Now, that's not necessarily saying that the image quality is bad, it just has a certain sharpness to it. Now, when I add the Tiffen Black Pro Mist, what you're gonna notice is there's a little bit of bloom in my highlights, the details are a little bit softer, and there's this overall kind of light, hazy look that might be really pleasing, especially if it suits the taste of the videos that you're trying to make. Now, the reason why I got the Tiffen Black Pro Mist 1/8 because it gives me just enough of that halation, just enough of that lift in my shadows, but doesn't look like it's overly done. Now, there are different strengths of the Tiffen Black Pro Mist you can pick up from a 1/4, a 1/2, and above. And if you're looking for a more stylistic look, a more hazy, a more soft effect, then you might be looking at a higher strength of a filter just like this. Now, when buying filters for your lenses, they can get pretty pricey. So I do have a strategy if you are going to be picking up a diffusion filter or any filter in general. So what you want to do is you want to find the biggest filter thread that you possibly can. Every single lens has a filter thread to it, a diameter that measures the distance on either side of your lens, and you're gonna buy filters that fit that size. Now, generally speaking, if you're looking at photography lenses, some of the bigger sizes you're gonna find is gonna be right around the 82mm mark. So what I do is I actually end up buying the 82mm filter thread size, and I use something called step-up ring. What it does, it helps you fit a larger filter on a smaller filter thread. Basically what you do is you stack up the rings based on the lens filter thread that you have on your camera, and then you go up or you step up to the filter thread that you're trying to put on there. In this case, I have a 77mm Tiffen Black Pro Mist, and I have a 67mm filter thread on the Sony G lens. So basically what I've done here is I've gotten the 67 to the 77 rings, and basically what it does is it makes it a lot easier for me to thread on the 77mm filter thread in order for me to only keep one filter, saving a little bit of money, but making sure I still get that effect in any of the lenses that I have in my bag. Now, diffusion filters aren't just great for video, but they're also great for photography as well. Now, I also work as a professional photographer, and I use a Tiffen Black Pro Mist just as much as I do for photography as I do for video. It still helps you create great quality images, but it still does the same effect with taking the digital edge off. Now, especially when you're working with some of your female clients and models and things like that, you don't want things to look overly sharp and to start showing pores and unnecessary details, and gonna make your images a little bit more off-putting or make it more work for you in post when you're doing your retouching. That being said, that's the end of the video and a quick look at something like the Tiffen Black Pro Mist and diffusion filters in general. Now, I will say if you guys do want to pick one of these up, I am a Tiffen affiliate as well. So if you click the link in the description, you can go and search some of the Tiffen filters or any of the filters that that company has to offer, and you can pick them up and add them to your bag. Now, when you do that, I do get a small commission on the purchase, which helps me out a little bit, helps me make videos like these, and as well as to give you some cool gear that you can use to help enhance your images. That being said, this has been KY, not Kai the Creative, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.